Hey all, I hope everyone is making the most of the moon in Leo energy as the King of Wands comes out of the deck for us. This is our lunar pool, our daily reading for the collective for October 22nd, 2019, at the very end of Libra season. The messages are for the time surrounding and following our moon being in Leo. So with the King of Wands immediately out, and then the Hermit card now crossing that, we do have Leo energy, Aries energy, Sagittarius energy. We also have Virgo energy on the table now. This is the Deviant Moon Tarot that we are using, by the way. If you are interested in this deck and these images, just scroll down to the description box below where you can check out more information on this deck and all of the decks that I use in Lunartics Tarot readings. Thank you so much to those of you who do like and comment and subscribe and share. To those of you who donate to the channel, the link for that is down below as well. And to those of you who order personal readings, the links and information you need to order those are down below as well. Thank you so much. It's all so appreciated as always. So we also have the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles out now. A truth, some honesty being received, delivered, communicated here in the recent past, and a state of independence and gratitude in the near future. That looks lovely. Can be financial independence specifically. It might be physical independence of any kind, maybe striking out on one's own, moving and living on one's own. You do have the Ten of Cups, Ten of Chalices on the bottom of the deck, suggesting that the entire reading is really about shared emotional fulfillment being found, being achieved, being celebrated, enjoyed. Your advice card, though, is to work. So it may be emotional fulfillment, sort of familial like love, but in a work environment, because you are advised here to work, to do work that you can earn, legal work that you can earn rewards, that you can reap income from, equal work for equal pay, right? And then the King of Pentacles is in your more distant outcome. So first you have this state of independence being achieved and gratitude being found for that independence. And then a step beyond that, a total mastery of one's physical realm and world. Knowing how one is bringing in their resources, how to manage one's resources, and all of one's physical energy. So your actual physical body, that health, what it needs, your physical interactions, relationships, etc. And then also your environment too, of course. Let me sit with this for just 1 minute. So there are a few different messages coming through for you, but in general, at the center of the spread, we have a masculine energy who is coming through as an entrepreneur in this case, someone who has had a brilliant idea in the recent past, or has had a realization, a truth has occurred to them of a need that people have, or some way that they can use their particular skills, network, etc., and form a business or an income of some kind for themselves. It's this King of Wands character, as I said, is normally a mature masculine. It could be a fire sign, as we already listed, but it could also just be someone who has that entrepreneurial spirit, someone who's feeling social, someone who has influence over other people, often a family man in this particular depiction of the spread, but just someone who's feeling intense and passionate about whatever they are working on, whether it is their family or some type of business pursuit. And they are great at coming up with these ideas. And I'm seeing the staff he's holding as the sword that's here in the past. He's had this brilliant idea, this honest realization, this truth occurred to him. And with that new idea, here he holds it, trying to network with it, trying to take it to some other people who might know how to help him expand on it. Because the King of Wands, the King of Fire, is often someone who has great ideas, has lots of inspiration, but isn't the best at grounding them, isn't the best at actually putting the monotonous hours of repetitive work into making those inspirations and ideas and dreams a reality, right? And so that is what you are advised to do, is to try to ground that great idea, that inspiration, that intense spirit and passion into some type of work that can reap monetary value, right? Again, equal work for equal pay. And yes, possibly something that requires long hours, like we see this young man working here. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be a man, just because I'm noting that this character is a man and that this is normally a mature masculine. We can be talking about energies, right? And ladies, when we are feeling like an entrepreneur of sorts, often we are in our masculine energy, the desire to earn and provide and protect, but also to lead and create a structure and rules for our business or our entrepreneurial ideas, which is exactly what it looks like you need to do now. We need some work hours, some hard work, some structure, and you are figuring out how to do that. Because we go from this King of Fire energy to, in the more distant future, the King of Pentacles, the King of Earth. So this is where we have figured out how to ground and practice as a routine that which we are currently just inspired by, and that which is currently just a great idea, but we haven't made it tangible and real yet, right? So as I said, there's a few different things coming through. So what's happening here is the King of Fire is crossed by this Hermit card. So for some of you, this Hermit card is also your energy, meaning that though you have a great idea and you are feeling inspired and you know that you need to network and you are trying to, inwardly you are feeling reclusive, like you need to withdraw, like you don't want to be seen, like you're not ready to share this idea, like you're not ready to socialize or network concerning this particular thing, or maybe just at this point in time at all, you've had your own personal things going on that have nothing to do with this business venture, and you're just not feeling like socializing and networking, right? If that is the case, in the near future, you need to truly celebrate and show gratitude for this time of independence, that you can afford to spend time on your own, and that you are enjoying certain things about your independence. Notice every detail of what makes that independence enjoyable and peaceful and worth celebrating. And then once you have really truly shown gratitude for all of that and celebrated it, I do see you moving out of that independent energy and again into this energy that can really ground and make real all of the King of Wands great ideas and inspirations. Some of you are crossing someone else who this Hermit is representing, okay? So it may be a Virgo specifically, which does fall in line with this King of Earth here in the outcome. So perhaps a Virgo can give you, a Virgo close to you who knows about your idea, your inspiration, can give you some good ideas about how to ground it, make it a business, make it real, make it something you can sell, right? Make it something you can work on, give you a way to organize it, make it a routine, a daily habit that you can work on every day, and you can all start to see the fruits of your labor building, right? Give it a construct, a structure. You can tell by the way that I'm stumbling over this that I'm not the best at that either, right? doesn't make any sense. I'm a Taurus, but it has to do with so many different aspects in your chart, right? We are our whole chart. So don't get too hung up on any of the signs. They're great when they confirm things for us, but we all have all of the zodiac signs in our chart all of the time, highlighted at different times, and so we can always show up as different elements and specific signs at different times, right? But I do see you heading into that energy where you learn how to ground this what looks like a business idea, or whatever this king's inspiration and new idea represents for you, right? Regardless of whether this is a Virgo or not. It may not be a Virgo who's helping you. If it is, you know, then that Virgo is going to rub off on you. You're going to come to embody that grounded spirit if you're not currently, right? But it could just be someone who's feeling like this, who's feeling as I described you might be. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone close to you who's feeling recluse, feeling like this hermit, doesn't feel like being seen, doesn't feel like networking, but they may have the skills, the know-how, the energy that you need in order to really put your head down, work hard, and master your physical realm with some spiritual, creative inspirations and ideas, right? We're supposed to utilize it all, and that's how they're supposed to work together. For a lot of you, it's just that this hermit is what you need to become, whether it's a Virgo or your own energy or just anyone around you. This is what you do need to embody. You need to go out and network and get people to invest in your idea, support your idea, bounce related ideas off of you, and vice versa, right? You do, but then what you're advised to do is keep your head down and do some work. The Hermit card is time for solitude, self-reflection, introspection, right? A great space in which one can complete some long, monotonous hours of repetitive work while meditating, while thinking, while remaining in an introspective state, right? So we have this card of solitude, and then in the near future, this card of independence, which can be you working independently, as I said, with your head down, focus, but also you enjoying financial independence as a result of said work, if you can find a way to make yourself do that. So that's what I see coming through. Interesting that the bottom of the deck, very interesting that the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Chalices. So for some of you, this is just to say that all of this hard work, monotonous though it may be, all of this networking, annoying though it may be for some of you who don't really want to network at this time, all of this grounding in the physical world, your dreams and inspirations and ideas, which also may be annoying to you, is all for the purpose of reaching emotional fulfillment, being able to support financially this picture of shared emotional fulfillment that maybe belongs to you already, or you hope to have in your near future or distant future, right? This family, this home, this love, it needs somewhere to live, right? And so when I say you just have to find some way to get this intense, fiery, passionate spirit of yours to spend some time in solitude with your head down working, so that you can really create your financial independence and master your physical realm and support that might just be your motivation. This is what it's all about. This is what you're working toward. Keep that in mind. Keep that picture in your mind. Keep this feeling in your heart. This is what you're trying to achieve. This is who you're trying to achieve it for, right? But then for others of you, this 10 of Chalices, interesting enough, actually shows up to say that the fantastical idea that you've created in your mind about what emotional fulfillment looks like is unrealistic. Because some of you are embodying this King of Fire spirit, this King of Wands energy. And so with these new ideas and this burst of inspiration and this ability to network and influence and persuade people, you really, if you're embodying this energy, you really have an ability to influence and persuade people and talk them into investing in your idea and doing the hard work for you and all that kind of stuff. The problem with as I said, with the King of Wands, is just that he he has trouble grounding those ideas, right? So some of you are hoping to just embody this King of Fire, this King of Wands spirit. Some of you are hoping to proceed forward as the entrepreneur, as maybe the leader, the boss, the one who comes up with the idea and inspires and persuades others to do the work that he doesn't want to do. And I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe you will know why. But if that is the case, the reading is advising you, if it resonates, right, to get your hands dirty, to be the one on the clock, to be the one doing the hours. If you're going to start a business or lead other people in a business, you should know what they're doing at least. Even if you're not always going to fill that role, you should know what it means to ask people to fill those roles. You should know what it means for other people who are working on that idea, that business, that inspiration of yours, to be spending all these hours on the clock and doing this monotonous, repetitive, hard work. Not to mention, you need some hours of introspection and self-reflection, which, as we already noted, monotonous long hours can be a great time in solitude to actually achieve that at the same time, if this is just repetitive, mindless work, right? Depends on what your business is, what your project is, what it is you're feeling so intense about here. But you're advised to get your hands dirty and spend some hours on the clock actually putting in the work. It's going to be necessary for you to manifest what you're trying to create at this point. And yeah, that it could just be that your idea of emotional fulfillment is never having to do that type of work. And the reality is that we all have to do things that we don't like sometimes, especially when you're trying to build something from the ground up. So some of you just have this idea that maybe you can avoid this altogether. And you can, but not if you want his inspirations to be as real as his riches and mansion, etc. You see what I'm saying? I mean, those are just exaggerations in an example, but that's the only way that you avoid this type of work, is if you don't want to embody the King of Earth as well as the King of Fire. And in order to be an emperor, you have to embody the King of Fire, the King of Earth, the King of Water, and the King of Air, right? So you're going to have to master this physical realm as well. It may not be your cup of tea. It may not be what you love to do. But if you love who's in your life and what else it is that is a big part of what you're doing here, right? Then this may just be the meat and potatoes that makes it real for you. So I hope the needed insight was able to reach you here. I thank you all again. I gave you information on personal readings down below. And with that, yeah, we will leave our lunar pool for October 22nd there. And I look forward to doing another lunar pool for you just as soon as I can. Do make the most of this moon in Leo energy.